Oke, ini sekarang video gua yang ke-9 dan di sini seperti biasa video ini merupakan dokumentasi pribadi gue buat, gue belajar sendiri, berlatih speaking English gitu. Sebenarnya ada grup di Facebook yang bagus di influency community buat kalian yang pengen ikutan gabung, gua kasih linknya di bawah ya, tapi gue sendiri jarang posting di situ sih. Itu jadi ada grup, orang-orang asing gitu yang pada latihan bahasa Inggris. Jadi kalau kalian mau nambah teman orang-orang asing juga bisa bisa di situ gitu loh. Mereka sama-sama belajar bahasa Inggris tuh banyak ngepost video-video gitu, gue sih sebenarnya males juga gitu. Cuman di-like dan mereka tapi positif gitu. Jadi gue pikir mendingan gue buat video gue sendiri, terus ya udah gue upload aja di YouTube daripada gue simpan di hard disk kan banyak berat-beratin hard disk ya, mendingan gue upload di YouTube, menghemat space hard disk dan kemudian bisa gue tonton, gue analisa gitu. Salahnya di mana terus gue benerin. Oke, kalau begitu ini gue akan ganti jadi bahasa Inggris. Hello, Iman Bora here. In today's video, I wanna ramble again, and this time I've decided to just use the American accent. In my previous video, I said that I'm gonna practice British accent, but I've been thinking a lot. I think it is better for me to just really, really hone my American accent because I think, in my opinion, I've come this close to perfecting the American accent, and it is hard for me to really get the two accents get together. I don't know, maybe for other people it's easier, but for me it's hard to really change because I'm used to using the American accent and it's easier for me. But it's not, it doesn't mean that American accent is easier than British accent. No. It is, in my opinion, it's all the same. British accent, American accent, Australian accent, it's all the same. They are all difficult. It's not this one is easier than the other. No. I think they are all the same. They are all difficult. For me to have this kind of American accent, I watch a lot of Hollywood movies, American movies, and then I listen to a lot of American podcasts, like audio in English, in American English, so that I'm used to listening to that kind of accent. And then, so it's easier for me to get the American accent. Okay, if only I like British accents more, then I would definitely look for more British film. And the problem is, I just love American accent more than the British accent. It's just a matter of preferences. If only, okay, I forgot to say this. If only I like British accents more, then I would have. Okay, I forgot about this. If only I like British accents more, then I would definitely look for more British film. And then it's just about a matter of having exposed to American accent or British accent or Australian accent. If you've been like exposed to a lot of British accent, if you've been exposed to a lot of British movies, for example, you listen to a lot of British films and you watch a lot of British films and you listen to a lot of British accent, British podcasts and things like that, in my opinion, then it will be easier for you to get the British accent, to use the British accent. But for me, because I've been exposed to a lot of American accent, then for me, it is easier for me to use the American accent because I listen to a lot of American English rather than the British accent. And the point is, one thing that I just realized that when I go with American accent, because I listen to a lot of American movies and American audio, like American podcasts in American English, and all that kind of stuff. Uh, I'm used to getting exposed to a lot of American vocabulary because like British accent also they have their own vocabulary, like British vocabulary. Okay, I don't know British vocabulary. Like, okay, one thing. I have a friend. I have a friend named Kiran. Kiran is from the UK. He was learning the Bahasa Indonesia because I made a blog teaching about Bahasa Indonesia. Then he learned from my blog, and then he tried to reach me, and then he sent me a message on Facebook, and then finally, Kiran and I becomes becomes friends, and then uh, one thing that I really notice about him when he speaks, he use lots of instead of a lot of, where American is use uh this is a lot of I have a lot of books in my house, for example, but he will use the sentence like I have lots of books in my house instead of a lot of. I have lots of books in my house. So that's just one difference. But I don't know the other difference because, as I said to you, uh, I was uh, I've been exposed. Okay, that's it. I've been exposed to a lot of American movies, a lot of American podcasts. Like I listen to a lot of audio, but in American English, but not in British English. That's why it is easier for me to get the American accent, but it's not easier. But American accent, it's not easier than British accent. No, British accent is harder than American accent. No, if you've been exposed to a lot of British accent, British films, British podcasts, British audio in British English, I think it is easier for you to get the British accent than to get the American accent. If you have known Skinny Fabs, Skinny Fabs is an Indonesian who has an amazing British accent. I watch his video like, wow, this guy's is really get the, for a non-native English speaker to have that kind of British accent like that. That is really amazing, like perfect, you know. Uh, and in and I watched him once use the American accent, and when I hear him use the American accent, I kind of like, I'm sorry, man, you don't get the American accent, not yet, man. You still need to practice a long way. There's still a long way for you to have the American accent in you. But for British accent, you're perfect, man. But for the American accent, I'm sorry, uh, you still don't get the vibe. You don't get the pronunciation, and it is really like, oh, that's it. When I watch him using the American accent when he speaks, I kind of like thinking, oh, so that will be me when using the British accent. I'm gonna be like him when I'm using the British accent because I don't expose to a lot of British movies, British podcasts. Maybe Skinny Fabs, he has been exposed to a lot of British films. He watches a lot of like Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I don't watch Harry Potter. I just watch Harry Potter once, and that's all. You know, I don't know. I just don't like it. in my opinion, I don't know. It's just a matter of preferences. But I think Harry Potter is just not for me. I don't know. It's just a matter of preference. But a lot of people are liking the Harry Potter, and doesn't. It's a good movie. It's great. It's a box office movie. It's a bestseller. It's a bestseller. I don't know. Is it a novel? Uh, is it? It's a bestseller story kind of thing, and that's it. I've decided, and from now on, I will just erase the British accent in my head. I don't want to think again about the British accent. I just want to really master my American accent, and also like to be able to kind of like to be able to read just like this person. I don't know, this voice actor Donald James. He really has an amazing American accent, and I want to be as close as him, to be able to use the American accent so close to that what nature what native English, what native Americans are using. So I think that's my goal, and I really want to, like, I like a voiceover kind of thing, like voiceover, doing the voiceover stuff, things like that. I love, and I want to just use, and I want to really just master my American accent, and I will just erase uh, to really learn the British accent. So I think that's all for now, because it's already 10 minutes, and that's gonna be it for today. That's gonna be it for today. That's gonna be it for today, and talk to you soon. And bye now.